Another episode, another day, another Dolores, lightly seasoned.
Another what?
So another Dolores.
The fuck is that?
Another dollar to another bitch named Dolores.
That went over everybody's head, bro. Way over everybody's head.
Happens. But shit, man, actually, I've been thinking, like, to be real, like, I've been kind of like thinking about mad random shit this weekend because it's just been a lot of work being done. So, I actually was like daydreaming after like writing up like some stuff for work, and bro, the shit was crazy. Like I was thinking about like my first fight.
You talk about work like you work for somebody.
No, but like working to like do invoices and things like that. But it's like sometimes you'll have like a random thought that'll hit your head. Through things that go
that
on.
happens all the time.
Yeah, so like it was just a random thought. So like basically, you know, like I was thinking about the first fight I had, and it was like, I mean, first real fight. Yeah, obviously you fight your cousins, your brothers.
You talking about like as a kid or
as a kid?
like
No, as a kid. Like those fights, you know what I mean? As an adult, they're just kind of like you remember them, but they're like here and there. They kind of come and go. But like the first fight. I'm pretty sure you can remember your first fight, right? Like I remember.
Yeah, of course. I mean, remember it. Of course, I remember it.
Shoot, you want to tell yours first?
Nah, go ahead.
All right, yeah. Actually, man, I remember my first fight. Man, this was like elementary school, second grade. I forgot what it was even about. It was like we were at breakfast or whatever like that. This kid was just talking like a whole lot of trash or whatever, and it was just like, all right. We started like, you know, as kids would squabble, you know. So we did the 1-2, we're throwing some punches, this and that. And I'm actually getting the better of him. I have 2 older brothers, so it's not like really that hard. All his punches to me are like super slow. Hit me twice, but they're not hurting because I was like, all right, whatever. But I see like the principal coming around the corner, so I'm like, fuck. Hit him twice, and then I take one, and I just do the fake kid cry. So what happened was like there's mad people that ended up seeing me win the fight, and then I didn't get suspended, but the other kid did because she seen him hit me and I did the fake cry. So that's why I always remember. I was like, damn, I definitely got away with that one, you know what I'm saying? But the funniest part is that like I think when he came back, like what was it, the next week or whatever, because it was like the fight happened like on a Thursday, so he's sent home Friday, back Monday, whatever, or Tuesday. Kid comes back, he's trying to start again. His homeboy that he's with is like, bro, you lost already, dog. I don't even see why you keep trying to like start shit with him. Da 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 da. Next thing you know, these two start to get disqualified. He loses to his homeboy.
Yeah, that's wild.
You know what I mean? I was just like, wow, yeah, like Buddy took like the double loss, bro. But yeah, man, like what was your like first fight experience like, man?
My first oh man, my first fight was at the Boys and Girls Club. It wasn't even really a fight.
Was it like when they had like the hand logos like that?
Not,
Like,
the who?
The little hand logo, Boys and Girls Club with the white hand.
That's the Allstate, man.
No. They had like something with the hand grip or something like that. But Boys and Girls Club, I do remember those. They had.
I was at the.
Was this like in
I want to say it was the Boys Club. It wasn't even the Boys and Girls Club yet. So it was the Boys Club.
You're right.
It was over summer. And it really only happened because my little cousin was there. Like we were walking into the basketball gym from the main part, and this stupid nigga says I hit him with the door, right?
Yeah.
There's no door. There were plastic flaps hanging down because they were doing they were fixing shit.
Little maintenance job.
Yeah, so there was no door. So the nigga pushes me, and I'm like,
Look
the
left.
fuck is going on? Yeah, I did the look left, look right. Like my little cousin's there. So I went to choking this, like I was choking the fuck out of this nigga, dog.
You went straight Caribbean
Yo,
choke?
Bridget, listen, bro. I went to straight choking this nigga, bro. Like no bullshit. And then I was like, yo, are you done? Right? Like, yo, I'm not with the bullshit. So I let this nigga go and this nigga sucker punches me. And I had a big ass black eye pretty much for like a whole month.
Ooh.
And he sucker punches me and he runs away.
He did one of the wide eye, like, he noticed what he did type of thing.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kid, but he definitely, I let him go like, yo, I'm not playing with you. There's no fucking door. Like, I didn't hit you. What the fuck are you talking about? And then he pushed me again, like I said, and then I went to strangling this nigga. I ain't tripping. I'm not even playing. Like, I don't play that shit. Like most people has never seen me. Well, you see me kind of fight. You know what I mean? Like
I actually seen the after results of it, and I thought it was about to start, but that's a whole nother funny story.
Yeah. As an older individual, that shit was weird.
No, that's actually was kind of
it's
funny.
It's a funny story.
It's a funny story
like,
because,
yo,
actually nothing happened to your car. That's the funniest part.
Nah, but something did happen to my car.
Did it? Like, what?
The
actually?
Nigga, okay, so where we parked, right? We're in South Beach, and we're going to
what, basement Miami?
Basement Miami. And I parked the whip. We're walking up the street, and we see this drunk guy, right? We see this drunk guy coming the opposite direction of the way we were going, right? So we went to basement. I just noted it in my head, and we went to basement. He was like fucking up cars walking. You know what I mean? Like he was drunk. He looked like he was pissed. He was fucking up cars walking. And we parked, and I just put a little mental note. So after we leave, and mind you, I'm in some really, really, really nice and expensive clothes. That's the caveat. So as we're coming back, we're leaving now. We get to the whip, and there's a big ass palm tree branch on my car. And I'm like, I know this drunk nigga didn't fuck with my shit. So hothead Marc, I see white. I turn around. I'm in Chelsea boots.
But you're not even like giving it to him all the way. Like you still had like a low key bad back going, right?
This is post spinal surgery, but
you know what I'm saying?
Listen, I'm in Chelsea boots, like some Farragut jeans, like a leather jacket, and my glasses.
If you ever want to imagine Forrest Gump when he started running, when the braces started coming off and it started going all the way straight beelining, that was Marc.
Yo, so anyways,
I didn't even notice you did all that, like when you took off that way. By the way, but go ahead. Keep going.
It was one of those split second sort of judgment calls where I was like, all right, I'm gonna go kill this nigga. So, mind you, he was drunk. I find this nigga. And we're in the middle of the road. Like if anybody knows South Beach is like basement Miami, and then if you leave basement and bust a left on the same side of the road, there's like a bar, a Subway, this, that, and the third. So I find this nigga, and I get to fucking him up, and then they grab me off. This is in the middle of the street too, middle of the road, like. I'm on top of him fucking him up, and there's a car like honking because we're in the middle of the road. And then they grab me off of him, like the lady that owns the bar is like screaming like, no, don't hurt. Like on some like, I'm gonna kill this kid. And she's like, no, he's drunk. Don't hurt him. But whatever the case may be. So they break it up. And this nigga starts talking shit. And then I go to try to choke this nigga again. I go to choke this nigga again, bro. Listen. I fucked up my white Farragut jeans. I pretty much mashed up everything. My glasses got fucked up. The only thing that didn't get blood or something on it was my leather jacket. Thank God.
Mm-hmm. But wait, like as all that was happening, right? The first like round of this fight happens and all that. I didn't even notice he left. I was in the trunk. Like, I was looking at the trunk. I was looking at everything in the car.
Like, I was questioning people that were leaving, too. I was like, yo, do you see who did this?
Yeah, so.
Like, on some wild, like.
But where
did he go?
Yeah. No. The thing was, you kind of looked like you walked away, but not like away from, like, I thought you were walking away to the car. So I go walk back to the car. I don't see you. And I'm like, where the hell is he? You know what I'm saying? So all this is happening, and I have no clue. I'm like, where the hell does this motherfucker go, man? Like, we out here, like, in South Beach or whatever this place. Yeah, this is in South Beach.
This is South Beach proper.
It's South Beach and everything like that. So we out here, and I'm like, man, hold on. I'm looking left and right, looking down the street. So eventually I come down the street, and it looks like they're about to square up, but apparently it's already the end of the squabs. It's like, I come through. I'm like, man, y'all ain't even got to fade. The car is straight. Like, I actually looked at the car for a second. I put, like, my phone light on.
It's not whether or not the car is straight is the principle of the shit.
Nah, of course it was the principle, but I was like, you might not have to beat this nigga's ass middle of the street. And then this is my head. You know, this is my thought in my head, right? Just because I was like, you should, but you probably shouldn't do it like in the middle of the street in South Beach. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? Let's not. Dude had like a little fist balled up with the key, like in his shit. I was like, bro, we'll pack you out real quick, but it's all right, you know. And then when we're walking away, he's like, nah, I already finished. I'm like, what? Hold on, you already fought this guy? Like, he's like, yeah. I was like, damn, he was kind of bloody. I ain't put two and two together. I thought he was just like probably tripped over himself on the way like down the street, just the way he was like looking like a drunk mess. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he got.
Yo, listen, if it wasn't for the lady that owned the bar, I would have killed that. Like, I am not lying. Like, it was. Listen, bro. Like, allegedly. Let me put that out there.
Nah, man. Like,
allegedly.
But, like, you know, drunk people shouldn't do drunk things like that. And honestly, we only went out for I
ain't never seen no shit like that. But
that
ain't no shit. That ain't no
like,
shit. That ain't no shit no black guy would do. I'm just gonna put it to be like that's shit that only white and Hispanics do.
No facts. But I'm not even gonna put it on a race or nothing like that. I'm just gonna say like
it's not a black thing. That's not something you would never see a black guy just drunk fucking up cars parked. Just for shits and giggles.
I've never seen that. I'm gonna be real. Like, I've never actually seen that our race just do that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be real.
We know better than that.
Yeah, you gotta. We
know better than that, and we know how would we react if some shit like that ever happened to us.
Now, black people will specifically fuck up somebody's property, somebody's specific's property. Yeah,
but not do that. Just everybody's shit.
Yeah,
kicking car doors, putting dents in cars, like hitting cars with trees. Like, that's what literally this nigga was doing.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I did like a little inspection. It ended up like being clean. There was nothing really actually wrong with it.
There was nothing wrong with my car, but it was the principle of the matter.
You know what I'm saying? But
there's a whole big ass palm tree branch on my windshield.
You know, the funniest part is like we only had like one drink at the basement and left in like 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. So it's not like
the basement was whacked that night too.
It was definitely like double mid. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't good. It wasn't good that time. It was double mid.
Like if you go on my Instagram, you can actually see the outfit that I'm talking about. That's the funny part. Because I took an Instagram in the bathroom.
Oh, you took the thought?
I took an Did I? Yeah, it was a thought video.
Okay. Now, I get a lot of the bathrooms are kind of like plush, though.
Oh, yeah, super.
Got to give it to them.
A1 bathrooms. Like, A1 bathrooms.
Yeah, man. Oh, speaking of, like, fucking hotels and down here and shit like that, bro, like, you already know it's Memorial Weekend.
Don't even remind me.
The madness is probably going to
tourists, dog. Yeah. Oh my god! Like, think about how bad it was. Think about how bad it was for F1. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm staying off the beach the rest.
I want to say most Floridians hate tourists. Like, unless you're family, and we tolerate y'all, but niggas in Florida hate tourists.
Oh yeah,
because tourists don't give a fuck. They just do. They like just do whatever. Oh, we're tourists. We do whatever the fuck we want. Like even when niggas go out to other countries and stuff like that, we act the same way. You know what I mean? But fuck a tourist, man. Especially here.
Except for the hotels and the restaurant people.
Yeah, they just need to stay in like Orlando or Tampa Bay and go to the theme parks. Leave South Beach to the locals, man.
Nah, actually, I think South Beach is all tourists. To be honest with you, it's basically all tourists, except for like certain nights.
I wouldn't say. I'm talking about like South Beach and downtown.
Yeah.
Off the 95s, 395 and 195, those areas.
Facts.
They're tourists, but they're tourists that's lived here for like a decade. Niggas from Venezuela and Russia and shit.
I mean, you're talking about the people with like their summer houses out here.
I'm not even talking about the house. I'm talking about all the high rises.
That part too. That part too. They be having it on lock though. As far as that, shit, man.
Yo, let me ask you a question, right? What
up though?
When you break down herbs, right? I was really actually thinking about this the other day. I remember when I was in college, right? And I was such a grinder snob. Like, all weed had to get put in this, like, coffee grinder that I bought. And I would tap it a couple of times and it would break it down perfectly. And that's the only way I would roll weed. You know, like, in college, you do some, like, wild shit. You know, like, a lot of people become vegans in college.
Everybody thinks they're the most innovative, the most creative.
When people are in college, when niggas is in college, they think they're the most educated niggas in the world. Listen, I was like this for a little while. Like, you just, I'm in college. You fucking savage. I can't believe you're doing that.
Hey, most motherfuckers in college got overdraft fees and heartaches, all right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's keep that 100.
Niggas is broke unless they're not broke. Like, it's one of those, it's like two extremes.
Yeah.
There are hardly niggas in the middle.
Yeah, there's no middle class when it comes to the whole, like, college thing.
It's either you broke and you work, or you get all your shit paid for. Like, literally.
Yeah. That's exactly how college is. And it's a hell of a business too. They just stay racking up on like prices and fees
and the thing about college is it's really just a sorting camp, man. Like, I'm just gonna put it like, if you want to go to college to be a lawyer or some shit, man, you gotta like take geometry and all this shit that have nothing to do with being a lawyer. You know what I mean?
Really though, because I can't you just actually just take the LSAT?
Listen, I had a thought about that just the other day. Like, yo,
no,
like one of these presidents need to just come in like, yo, if you want to be a doctor, pass the MCAT. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, why do you need to go to a medical school? Niggas is going to medical school for like 8 years just to pass the MCAT.
I mean, honestly.
Right? Listen, think about it. All that money they're spending on school, they're when they finally become a doctor, unless you had that shit paid off, you're like two to 250,000 in debt easily. If you went to med school and all of that stuff. So,
nah.
If you can just wake up one day and pass the MCAT, I don't see why you can't be a doctor.
I'm not saying
because that's literally the divider.
That
MCAT, LSTAT, doctor, lawyer.
That's what I mean. So, like, all right, like, even with a lot of people's professions today, whether it's, you know, media, things like that, and it's even like, let's say they're pushing analytics or SEO or whatever, right? This is all stuff that corporate America loves, everybody in the world needs, right? The thing that you can actually do is learn all these things on YouTube.
Yo, I was just gonna, what the fuck, fam? I was just gonna say this, like, yo, nigga, I know a fucking engineer, music engineer. That's probably one of the best engineers I've ever been around.
Yeah.
Learned it on YouTube.
And let's just say, you know, and there's master classes and things like that, of course, right? But let's just say there's like a world-renowned like lawyer, or not even world-renowned, United States, Supreme Court lawyer, handles a lot of cases, prosecution, defense, whatever, right? If that person decides to put out, a whole bunch of things about law, teaches a full course on it for free and gives you nothing but content all the time, and they're getting millions of views, right? I figure if I spent 6 hours a day on that course while reading the LSAT every day while watching that course, 6 hours a day, because that's
take a test, right? Take it.
No.
Those pre-tests.
No. This is exactly what I did to learn video. Actually, I did the YouTube part. Plus, actually, I did field training too.
I mean, but for like the LSAT and stuff, it's an actual test.
It's an actual test.
So like,
but if the person is
the pre-test, that the training shit.
Of course, if the person is like actually nationally recognized Supreme Court and they're teaching this on YouTube for free, let's just say they are, usually the game is to be sold, not to be told, but if they're getting monetization and everything like that, why not, right? Mm-hmm. They're still going to make a lot of money if they're making multi-millions of views, or even if they crack that like diamond number, because I'm pretty sure there is people that want to be like lawyers out there and get to defense and prosecutions and do whatever they want to do, right? So if that person if the best of the best is giving that information for free on YouTube, and you're putting in about 6 hours a day, and you're literally taking those tests and doing that, I don't see why not. If you go take the LSAT and pass it, like, you wouldn't be qualified and just kill the game. Because who would know? If you got, you know what I mean? Like, a degree is just a degree.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000%, right? I learned most of the stuff that I know about fashion and design off of the internet. Yeah. And I'm a person that's developed whole merchandise plans for companies. And I learned that shit real deal off of the internet. I didn't go to school for it. I went to school for marketing and business management. And I've had a line that did really well. I've had, like I said, I've done merchandising for a few companies. So, like, I probably earned more money off of what I learned off the internet than what I gained in college. And that's real talk. So, like, I really feel that if you can pass the LSAT, right? Ooh, if you could pass the LSAT, you should take the test. I mean, you should be able to be a lawyer, no problem. But here's the key: the only caveat to that is that you go to law school to get your links.
That's all it is.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you go to law school. When I had my little case or whatever, my lawyer just so happened to be the prosecutor that was prosecuting my case's best man.
And that's all that is who you know.
And he also went to lunch regularly with the judge that was presiding over my case.
So that made it easy breezy.
So, like, that's the only caveat to, if you just take the test, you should do this, is that you're missing out on the links part. You know what I mean? You're missing out on the socialization.
But that's all
aspect.
That's all college is. That's all school is anyways. 9 times out of 10, you're going there. You're
picking up links.
You're picking up links. I mean, obviously, you are learning a few key things.
You're learning a few key things, but at the end of the day,
you're learning to be responsible.
You're picking up. No, you're not.
I mean,
you're picking up relationships.
The schedule, really, if you actually make it to class, and that's what I mean by the responsible part.
You're picking up links, like, if you're going into like sports management or anything like that, you're damn sure gonna make sure you know a couple of athletes that you could potentially get a job because you know these athletes.
Yeah, but that all depends on what school you go to too, because you can't just take sports management in any school.
Oh no, I'm talking about the big schools.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the Floridas, the Florida States,
the USCs,
UCLA, Texas, UCLA. All of those things.
Yeah, because anywhere else, like, there's certain
9 times out of 10, and I'm not trying to really, I'm not really trying to disparage HBCUs or anything like that, because I really highly rate HBCUs. I went to Florida, but I definitely got accepted to a few HBCUs. But like, I don't think taking sports management at a specific HBCU, any specifically HBCUs in the past, would help you in certain fields. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if you're like with like Dion or something like that, then
Yeah, imagine if you came to school the same time as Dion.
Like that's when it's like, all right.
And you were going to school for like to be an agent or sports manager.
Isn't he coaching one right now?
Jackson State.
So yeah, like
HBCU.
Like Jackson State. Yeah, you should be doing sports management in there.
I mean, you already know what's going on with that, with Dion and Nick Saban and what's that guy's name? Is it Kirby?
No.
No. I'm talking about the dude from the coach from Texas A&M.
I forgot the guy's name.
But yeah,
they got some little drama going on, right?
Oh, a big drama, not a little drama, a big drama.
What was going on with that? Because I did see something in the underscore, but I was running around.
Let's finish this because we already jumped from topic to topic to topic. All right, so we probably should like stay on a topic for a little bit before we just keep bouncing around.
Doing the early day drink champ shit.
My personal, opinion. Oh man, but like, yeah, man, like, that's the only thing. Really, really, truly, when it comes to college, is relationships. I think that's the best part about being in college and going to college is developing relationships with people you probably wouldn't have otherwise if you stayed, in your hometown.
I'll say I agree. Actually, what I did was I stayed 1 year in my hometown. You know what I'm saying? Stayed down here for 1 year. Then I actually went up to Tallahassee. But when I was down here, I met a lot of owners and things of that nature. So it was actually kind of like not as bad because I had a little bit of extra time because you're
what do you mean by owners?
Like owners of like clubs and establishments and places like that. You know what I mean? Because now you're out, but you're with like other adults, you know what I mean? So you're not necessarily in a college town. So you get that mix. And then I actually left. And then I am in the mix of all the people in college town. But I'm already at year 2. So I didn't even have to like go find it. It was already set up. It was like, oh, boom, boom, boom. So I already played into the mix. Did all of that. Funds due to weather and all that. Had to come back home. But some of these people were still owners. Some of these other people from college came back down, and those things ended up working itself out into other businesses. And but college for me that's what it was. Like, it's just who I knew, and that's it. But that's what college is.
Yeah, made a few links.
Everybody. Yeah.
Met some people that are in my life to this day, which I am grateful for.
Likewise. So,
yeah, man, college, if you want to call it a necessary evil, you can. But, yeah, man, like...
I mean, it all depends on where you're at, too, because, down south, it is getting bigger, so... I'm not sure if you need it as much, and there's so many different outlets.
It's a necessary evil, though. It's a sorting instrument.
Depending on what field you want to go to, though.
No, just any field. Like, when it comes to what I mean by sorting, like, there's like, when it comes to how much money you could potentially earn, right?
Yeah.
And this is the, how should I put it? Like, this is what's been going on. Yeah. Up until like probably the past 10 years or so, 10, 15 years. People who have a high school diploma, if you're going into fields, normal fields, not entertainment and stuff like that, you got to take those fields out of the question.
Yeah, no, I'm not thinking about that.
But people with a high school diploma, like literally there was like a cap on how much money you could earn.
Oh, for sure.
If you're talking about workforce things, I'm not talking about people who work for themselves, who invent something, like none of that shit. Don't tell me about this guy who did this and now he's a multimillionaire. I'm talking about everyday, regular workforce jobs.
Like mechanics and things.
Yeah,
like
that type of stuff, right?
You got technical skills, if anything.
But that's still past high school.
Oh, so
you get what I'm saying? Like, if you talk about just a person with a high school diploma, didn't go to technical school, didn't pick up a trade,
didn't get a certification to nothing,
just high school, just graduated high school.
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
Went into the workforce, was like, fuck it, I'm not going to college. Like, there was a cap on how much money you could earn.
Yeah, 30.
So now
40.
the people that go to college, that opens you up to a different ceiling, right? Mm-hmm. But if you were like, if you got your bachelor, if you got your associates, which is like 2 years or so, that was your ceiling. If you got your bachelor's, that was it opened up a whole other ceiling, right? Mm-hmm. Master's, doctorate, PhDs, so on and so forth, right?
Yeah, I think they even had
that's
charts
literally,
for that.
That's literally what it was. Like, it was a 4-year break before you got into the workforce, right?
Yeah.
And the more you did, essentially opened up the level of money that you could earn.
Yeah.
Right? But now, because of technology and all of that stuff, all of that shit's out the window.
Yeah.
In every field.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, I went to get my glasses. I went to get my eyes tested, right? Mm-hmm. And you normally go to the optometrist or the ophthalmologist, or whatever the case may be. I went to the optometrist, bro, and there's a machine that does everything. They literally just come in and talk to you and set it up around your eyes. There's a machine that my doctor has, literally a machine that does everything. It tests, it tests the pressure, all of that shit. It tells you what glasses, if you need glasses, it tests everything.
Oh, sick.
So it's like, yo, like, I asked my girl, I was like, yo, what the fuck is the point of an optometrist now? Literally, they're just putting the things on your eyes.
Yeah.
There's a machine that tests everything. If you've been to the optometrist recently, there's a strong chance that they have this machine. And you literally put your chin on something and some goggles, and it does the whole optometrist job for them.
Nah, hey, listen, the way technology, I've seen technology can take a lot of jobs. I mean,
it has, bro.
So
the whole development, development department of record labels is done because of technology.
Yeah, because people can
already develop themselves, can have a fan base, can do most of the label's job for them.
Shoot, even for the most part, scouting.
That too.
Like, you cut down a lot of people doing travel and just say, oh, if they're already going to have
everybody,
like,
listen, bro. Everybody is everything, right? I could imagine you as a football scout or a basketball scout. You don't even really have to leave because there's 15 million people that are making tapes of everybody. Even
if it's music or any other genre, right?
Anything. Technology has, I think it has killed more jobs than it's created.
Yeah.
Right?
You could literally go to somebody's like, well, there's multiple platforms that can tell you like an artist's full breakdown, but like you can go to their platforms and figure out, or if it's like a YouTube page or whatever like that, you can find out how many plays they have, things like that, spins, shares. You can hit the analytic button on there and it'll tell you.
My case in point, we're doing this in a house. 10 years ago, this had to be done in a studio.
Yeah. It's the growth.
We have the industry standard, probably 1 or 2 notches above standard. Like, we have really good mics. We got a MacBook Pro, and we have, I can't even remember the name of the program, but we have that. Boom, bam, boom. We got our homeboy that
put the audio sauce together.
Put the audio sauce together. Boom, boom, boom. Professional podcast in like literally 15 hours.
Yeah. Seriously.
Once the shit came in that we ordered offline, we were good to go.
That part too, just ordering something online that can get sent to you, and you don't even have to put the whole human interaction in.
Before you had to be like an industry professional and get your hands on one of those industry fucking why I'm having brain farts like crazy, but like the fucking, what are they called, bro? The magazines that you order shit out of.
Oh, what? Like for like the Audio Max site?
Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah, where you order a bunch of things for just to be able to like
and
set
like
up the stew.
People who weren't in the industry or did anything with that type of shit, you would know what I'm talking about. But now everybody knows. You can go to Sweetwater and order anything.
Shoot.
You can go to eBay. You can go to Amazon.
Offer up.
You can go on Instagram and buy this shit. Like now it's to the point where, like, look, we're talking to watches. Like, let's keep it 100,000. If you really think about, like, I'm kind of aging myself, but in the 90s, you know what I mean? Like, that was shit that was just in futuristic movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 2024. People were talking to their watches. They were doing that, this, that, and the third. Or the spies had the super duper technology. Get Smart, I think he could talk to his watch.
Yeah,
stuff like that. Now, like, that. Bro, I got a watch that does my EKG, my blood oxygen level, my steps, all of that stuff.
The future is now. The watch watches you.
Yo, listen, bruh. It's like,
think about
you
it.
kind of take it for granted, but that was literally like when we were kids. Like that was literally like stuff you only saw on TV and movies. Like it was literally make believe.
Yeah, I mean, right now the watches are like super advanced. I mean, it gives you, like you said, blood oxygen level. It tells you your sleep patterns.
Does everything.
Yeah, all the way through, and it's like a second like phone if you need it to be a second phone.
You can text off of your watch. You can do all of this stuff. You start your car.
Start your car. Turn on lights if you
lock your house door.
You
could do all of that stuff.
If you have a full out smart home, the watch actually would probably be like your mobile Google Home type of thing.
Yep.
Or Alexa type of thing. So it's pretty crazy, like how the way the technology has been able to just advance and advance, but. Actually, I was talking to somebody the other day about that, like, like just how like older people always like eventually, when technology always just supersedes them, and then it's like, oh, it's going to be too much, so you won't learn it. I was like, I don't know. In our generation, I felt like we kind of kept up already from the jump, and I feel like just the interfaces of a lot of these technologies has been very palatable, a lot easier for people to just take it in overall. Like, you have the Google Home, you have even like these little video phones for older people right now. But let's just say our generation, I don't see that going away so much, because even just the smart TVs and everything like that.
Our generation is totally immersed in.
Yeah. And
totally immersed in technology.
And I feel like all the generations after is going to be the same thing. So I don't really see the older people falling back. I feel like it's just going to be, it's going to kind of go in a unilateral sense. It's just like everybody's going to use technology almost to a very high level. But yeah, obviously the youth will probably use it at a higher level because they're probably trying to advance it all the way, So yeah, it's pretty crazy, but it's dope though. It's dope that like we keep advancing. Just as long as we don't go into Terminator mode, we'll be all right.
Skynet.
Yeah, as long as we don't get that going, or iRobot.
Facts.
We'll be all right. We'll be all right out here. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we almost there.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it does happen in my lifetime, because I wouldn't know what to do. I ain't even tripping. Like I'm not even fronting. I don't know what I would do if the machine takeover and all of that shit happens like when I'm 60. Nigga, kill me now.
Nah, I got EMP grenades, you know what I'm saying? We good.
I don't have none of that shit. Listen,
I'll figure that shit out.
I'm not trying to deal with it.
I'll figure that shit out. Straight up. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But shit, what you been watching lately, though, man?
Sports. Like, I'm not gonna front. I only watch the news during the election time. I pretty much watch sports and movies and anime. Like, that's it. I don't really watch shows like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain shows that I watch, but the shows are like movies.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Like, I watch, like, The Boys. I watch Ozark. I watch
good shows.
The Boys and Ozark. I mean, literally sports. The Boys. When The Boys come out, season 3 coming out soon, by the way.
Sports.
The Boys and anime. And sports means like sports shows, opinion shows like Speak for Yourself, First Things First.
I feel that.
All of those stuff like that. But other than that, like, I'm not really clouding my head with all of this shit and all of this information. Like, I'm really like trying to stay.
Nah,
you get what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel you. Like, all right, I don't really watch the news. I'll read like certain news topics though. Like,
yeah, like shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? But like,
I'm definitely,
I'm not watching the news.
Like, even
seeing what's going on in Coral Gables.
Even back in the day, though, I would read the like actual physical paper. But now, like, if anything, I'll read more global news or more national news. Every so often, I will try to check out what's going on in the city. But it just feels like if you just step outside, you can kind of get the feeling what's going on pretty fast, you know. So I don't know. It's just, and every so often, unless it's something like that seems to either impact your area directly or something like that. When it comes to like that, like local news or even like regular, like national news, like I probably won't watch that right off the bat. But reading up on it, to me, I feel like you get more direct quotes, a little bit more insight on it.
It's actually journalism, right? That's how it feels when you read the articles and stuff like that. Yeah,
I feel like you get the whole super emotional, detached feelings in the news when you watch it. Like when you watch like the actual news, you get definitely detached feelings, or like a super woe is me feeling. It's like I'm not really in that bag of, or seeing like a lady cry or something like that. I kind of want to like read what went on, and then I probably don't want to hear like the aftermath or anything like that from like some witnesses there just yet. Like unless because what they do in the journal, in the paper, they have to like give you all the facts, and they only have a certain amount of space, so they have to like tell you what's up, right? Mm-hmm. When you're watching like live news,
I think I definitely think the journalists try to. You know what I mean? But at the same time, they gotta like maneuver clickbait and to make it seem interesting and give it a good title and
of course,
all of that type of stuff. And then like you gotta also kind of lean it, and then like you also gotta kind of lean it towards your viewership. Like if you're in like a right wing newspaper, you're gonna make it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're in a man, I can't think of nothing right now.
Nah, you know what's crazy though? Like, you just said the whole right wing newspaper thing, right? Mm-hmm. How did I know it's like random now. My mind just went there, but like, how would a newspaper even like get even registered to kind of even get to be right wing? What do they just hire a few writers and then they get in that pocket, or you think they just bought it out right from the beginning?
I don't know.
You know, like that's kind of crazy though when you think about it. But
They skew to the viewership, like, right wing conservatives, heavy on the Jesus stuff, heavy on the nationalistic stuff.
I mean, well, nowadays with the technology, you can get a lot of analytics. So, yeah, that's probably how.
The older generation don't give a fuck about analytics, bro.
I mean,
whatsoever. Our generation,
except for the Nielsen rating,
numbers mean a lot.
You hear me? Except for the Nielsen rating, they give a fuck about that.
I guess.
You know what I'm saying? They gave a fuck about that one, man. Shit, man. But yeah, you've been watching sports though, man. My boy or your boy, 316, or is it? Yeah, actually, yeah, 316 M's up signing bonus.
Who?
Kylian Mbappe.
Mm-hmm.
New 3-year contract at PSG. Gets $100 million a year after taxes. He actually gets a lot of perks with this. I think he might be the co-owner. The way this is looking. I mean, I'm joking, but
nah, he's getting a lot of cash. Shout out to Mbappe.
But now he gets to help decide the coach.
He's getting a lot of money.
He gets to have a say on the sporting director.
Mm-hmm.
And he could approve signings and sales.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like, I mean, you might as well just give him a percentage of PSG altogether.
He probably does. I mean, thank God that all this speculation is done.
So what do you think is going to happen to Neymar and Messi then?
Hold on. Take it. I think Messi's going back to Barcelona. Neymar, I don't know. I don't know what's happening to him, but he's still in contract. So, and he's making a whole bunch of money.
Why do you say Messi would go back to Barcelona?
Because Messi, that's where he needs to be. That's where he belongs. He should have never left Barcelona. They should have never let that shit happen.
You just feel like he's just disappeared?
Nah, not even like that. It's just like, the Bulls should have never let Jordan leave.
Yeah.
Barcelona should never let Messi leave. The Knicks should never let Patrick leave. You get what I'm saying? Steph should never have to leave. Draymond, I feel they're going to get rid of him. He's a problem. But
random stray at Draymond. What did Draymond do to you?
He did do nothing.
No, I mean he did have a lot of injuries, but they did actually say though, like earlier this year they were saying they really need him just because the way he sets up and things like that. But I mean, there's a lot more players coming out like Draymond though. Like as far as like his style, you just have to hopefully find somebody with that mentality to not really want to take shots and really set up another player. You know what I'm saying? And them to be actually recognized for that. And most scouts are always recognizing like scorers or like two-way players. So I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna end.
Me neither.
I think
and we're back. Short intermission, folks. Back to the original comment because we kind of like jumped from comment to comment or topic to topic. Sorry, like I was saying earlier. Okay, so what do you prefer when you're breaking up herbs? Scissors, fingers, grinder. How do you feel about it?
Honestly, I'm just kind of like more organic with it, so I probably use my fingers a lot, but I have like 3 or 4 grinders, so I'm gonna be real.
You're a savage.
But I usually wash my hands before and after, so.
That shit don't come off, boy. That shit makes your fingers fucked up and you can't fingerprint your phone.
I haven't had to fingerprint the phone in a while. I'm not
Well,
gonna lie.
yeah, now, but before I still have a Samsung. Listen, when you get all that shit, all that pollen and crystals on your hand, you try to get it off. You got to use alcohol first and foremost. Then your fingers get all like dry and flaky, and then before you know it, you can't open your phone with your fingerprints. You can't use your fingerprints to sign into nothing. Everything's fucked up.
True.
I use scissors. A little easier. The only issue scissors get gunked up. If it's really good herbs, scissors get gunked up real quick. Sometimes, like, by the time you roll your third spliff, fourth spliff, you got to do something.
Nah, that's true. Like, but it's the same thing. You got to use some alcohol. You got to clean it up, just like fingers. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends. I mean, but realistically, the grinder, depending on what grinder you use and everything like that, you can get a pretty good one. It just after a while.
Like I said, I used to be a grinder snob in college. I hate niggas that use grinders now. I can't stand. I hate niggas that use grinders.
For me, it's like if I'm rolling over a certain amount for like a let's just say it's a long road trip in a state that actually okays it and it's medically or recreationally approved. Hey, I'm using a grinder for anything above like 3. I'm just gonna be real. It's like, all right, man. I'm not gonna sit here and just dust down my hands all day. You know what I mean, Chief? I gotta go ahead and just do what I gotta do. But
yeah, I feel that.
But actually, another random thought. Back to the first topic that we were talking about, the whole squabble thing. Remember the squabbles, the first fight? You talking about more of the recent squabble? There was a squabble in college, more of a brawl, actually. Yo, let me tell you, bro. This one was in college, all right? And I forgot, it was like two of the homies' birthdays, but it was like one of my homies' birthdays, and then it was like a friend of a friend that came from Miami. Like, the whole Israeli Jewish crew or whatever like that. This is in Tallahassee. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, all right, cool. We're at this club called Baja's in Tallahassee, right? Standing on tables thinking like we the shit, you know what I'm saying? Ed Hardy shirts are everywhere flying. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the
Von Dutch hats.
Yeah, it's the worst type of
and
look.
True Religion jeans.
Oh God,
boot cuts.
Yeah, a whole bunch of boot cut jeans. I remember I had a pair of boot cuts and I actually bought them, put them on at the crib, and I was just like, yo. I just put them in the closet. I was like, yeah, these aren't going to be seen ever. It's just trash. But back to the whole thing. We did a whole party bus there. And, like, we had 2 party buses back to back, pulled up. It was all cool, whatever. Like, and party buses, to me, aren't shit just because I had, like, great roommates that ended up, like, doing that whole, like, entertainment services. Shout out to Scott and all of them, you know what I'm saying? But, like, so for me, it's like, I don't know. I was always burnt out of even being in clubs now just from that whole college experience. But anyways, we're on top of tables having fun. Next thing you know, like this kid, my homie Mike, right? Not going to say the last name, but the homie Mike, man, he knows that he's with a lot of us. And a lot of us is like means that some of us, we just worked out and we were pretty big. I was almost like 200 pounds, like, no body fat, no nothing. So it was just all muscle, just pretty big. But I was the smallest out of my crew. You know what I'm saying? By technicality. I was the smallest. Everybody else was actual, like, college football players, or they were just, 5. If they were 5 anything, that means they were like 5'11" and probably like 230, 240, lifting weights all day. So,
Meatheads. Pause.
So, Mike just starts popping off on somebody, and I I'm like, damn, what's going on? Boom, boom. I'm with the homie Mitch, just dancing with. He's dancing with some chick or whatever like that. I'm dancing with some chick. You know what I'm saying? And then Mitch taps me. He's like, yo. He's like, you see what's going on? I'm like, damn. It looked like they about to start squabbling. We got to watch Mike. Mitch is like, all right, yeah. But we're mid dance with the girl. He just pushes her off. He just hops down. He gets right in the middle of it. He's already ready. He's like a big, like white dude, strong, cool as hell though. You know what I'm saying? Cool as hell. But like, he's gonna protect the homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, came through. Next thing you know, 1 man down, 2 man down, 3 man down, and I hop down with him. I ain't even have to throw nothing, but I see somebody about to come in, like 2-3 people about to come in on the blind side. The other homie Tommy's knocking dudes out too. It's just like I'm watching the whole crew just wash people, and some of them are from the actual other party that came with us. So I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, I'm just seeing people fall left and right. But the homie Mitch is about to get blindsided. I see him. I cracked one. Boom. Dude goes down. And then I'm like, damn. I see who it is. It's like, I didn't even see who it was at first, but it was like one of the homies that was cool at the party. We were smoking and everything.
It's wild.
So that happened. Then we go back up to the... actually, we didn't even leave yet. People are starting getting kicked out from the whole brawl.
Security ain't come over?
Security about to come over. I tap Mitch. Mitch goes back up, I think, to the girl and starts dancing. I go with the other chick and start dancing back with her. Security's about to grab me, and she's like, "No, he's with me." Little white chick. This is like Tallahassee, so you either got white or black. You coin flip. You either got white or black chick. That's it. That's it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, man, boom, boom, get back up there, start dancing like nothing happened. I hear all the other stories, like cats that was with us that weren't even fighting was getting kicked out like they were the ones squabbling and everything.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was just one I just remembered off the pop, man. It was funny as hell, man. Wild time,
I
man.
usually stay away from violence.
Oh, yeah. 9 times out of 10. But, it was...
Especially when I'm out. One, I don't like getting sweaty. Pause.
9 times out of 10, you're wearing a good outfit, so you really don't...
That's the other part.
Yeah, you really don't want to, mess up shit right now. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. I'm usually wearing something really, really nice. And I don't want anything to happen.
We're really gonna get down into some of Mary's. You know what I'm saying? Really gonna do that?
Yeah, dog. I mean, shit, man.
Fendi's.
That should be expensive. No cap.
You know what I'm saying? Dolce's. Man, listen. I look at you and just be like, you know what? You got it, player.
I'd rather avoid that shit. Exactly. Nowadays. Maybe when I was younger.
Oh yeah. Testosterone flowing, talking shit for no reason.
But nowadays, man, listen. Peace, love, and harmony.
Bro. Yeah, that's all I'm about now, you know what I'm saying? I mean, even back then, it was just, I just couldn't see the homie get blindsided. That was really what that was. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, of course you gotta stand for your homie.
That was really what that was. I was just like, damn. Because it was like, I seen him coming in, he was coming fast, but every time you get in a fight, everything just slows down into super slow motion. If you've been in enough fights, it's just, you don't really feel anything, till the day after, and everything is typically going slow motion. Everything for the most part. So I just seen dude run by slow. I was like, damn, I don't know who the hell this is, but he looked like he's beelining right now. and he's got the arm cock motion. You know what I'm saying? The Superman punch coming. So I had to hook it and just clap off. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, like nowadays, I wouldn't even try to be in none of those type of positions, man.
For real.
You know what I mean? Just even if I see that type of thing going on, you know, I'll probably fade. You know, get the homies out of there and fade to black, man. It's just no reason to even get involved with any of those things now, especially post pandemic. Everybody holding something.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
For real. What's been going on recently though?
Oh man, honestly, I've been
Tell them why we've been paused off the pod for a little bit.
well
Type of shit we've been dealing with.
Oh, I mean,
We've been not going through, but business we've been taking care of, et cetera, et cetera.
well, yeah, you know, we got to give a shout out to the team. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the team.
Yeah, been doing a lot of management things like that, and
Put me in the game, coach. I'm the antidote.
Yeah, shout out to South Strip, man, and they got a deal with all but 6 records, and we're part of some of the negotiations. But hey, everything is good. Everybody seems happy, and you know,
what else?
It should be a nice, fruitful relationship. And
You still been doing what?
a lot of filming too.
A lot of filming too.
Yeah, man, a lot of filming and doing some things with some popular management groups. You know,
I mean, we talked about it last time, so you don't have to like.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, shout out to everybody involved. It's been a super long week. I'm not even gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like a few long weeks. They're actually blending in together. It's probably actually been a full month of this. Or 2.
Like I said, I've had years. Past 3 years have been blending in together now.
Yeah. It's all a big collage. You know what I'm
Last
saying?
week, 2 years ago, was the same thing.
Yeah. I don't blame you on that, man. I really don't. Like, it's not like a lot. It's just, you know, you just gotta manage to sleep right, and you know, for the most part, been doing a pretty good job. You've been doing a pretty good job at that too, you know. But at the same time, yeah, that whole team no sleep thing, yeah, dead that. I definitely don't do any of that.
Yeah, need your sleep. Need my sleep.
Yeah. Like
If you still bleaching, nah, go to sleep, man. Go to sleep, my G. King, do yourself a favor and go to sleep.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's the whole thing. You know what I'm saying. We come in with all our experience. We have a lot of good people behind us. You know what I'm saying, and we've been coming down with some really good stuff, dude. You know what I'm saying, especially lately. Proud of what we've been doing lately, man. So it's been actually pretty damn good. And there's a few things that I've been actually reading on the whole industry talk too, man. One of your favorite groups, the Migos. You heard what happened, right?
No.
A lot of like unfollowing between, like, I think it's Offset.
Oh yeah. Quavo and Takeoff. I think they're under a new name. Unc and Few,
Yeah.
like uncle and nephew.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's specifically going on, but like, you know, I still think the Migros.
The Migros.
I still think the Migos have a spot in current hip hop. Like,
Oh,
they
do.
started pretty much. Their sound is what hip hop pretty much sounds like, other than the Drake impersonators.
No, they do. Because honestly, like every so often they can just honestly, I didn't know, like,
Everybody raps like the Migos.
no, for sure. But even straightening with the whole beat and all that, I still rocked with it. It didn't make too much sense, but I still rocked with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was still a pretty good song.
Last album wasn't that bad.
No.
They had a couple of good songs. They had a couple of simmerers. You know, like, had to grow on you, but they were heaters after a month or so.
Oh yeah. Like that.
Like that Let's Take a Modern Day Stroll shit. When Quavo comes on, I think they filmed it down here in Miami. That song's fire.
Quavious.
Lord Quavious.
Yeah, man. Like, Quavo is definitely, honestly, we already thought Quavo was going to be a star. It's just going to take a little bit minute with him and his uncle, obviously, or his nephew. I think actually, that's his nephew.
Yeah, Takeoff is his nephew. Takeoff is the youngest one.
Yeah. Even though he looked like the older, mature one, though, which is crazy, right? Like if I had a guess from a distance, I would have thought he would have been like
he would have been like the oldest one, right?
Yeah, like it's crazy.
Facts. Yo, so you know that I was thinking about something, right? So Bennifer is happening again.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. Everybody pretty much knows that she broke up with Alex Rodriguez, and now she's back with her old thing.
Yeah.
Right? How do you feel about that? What would you ever consider going back out with any of your exes? Like, do you think that's a possibility? Other than like, a late night fuck session or whatever the case may be. But like, do you think that that's something possible?
All right. On what terms? On how did we break up?
They're engaged. I don't know how they broke up.
You know what I'm saying?
It was Hollywood. It was a Hollywood situation. So I would assume Ben was fucking all over the place.
I know you're asking me just in general though. So like, how would be the first breakup? Would be
just in general. I mean, me.
I usually don't go back.
When it comes to exes, is like, I don't want the old thing back. Like
I'm not big on old things back like that or anything like that. But I am a dude that would try some shit new in my 30s. So maybe I would try it, but then again, if it didn't work before, it probably wouldn't work again.
Like I couldn't take anybody seriously.
Yeah. Facts. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I said, you know what I'm saying? Like when you end up like seeing the whole thing right with relationships going that way. For me, if it's like
relationships are a tough thing.
Oh no, for sure. Like, all right, if she cheated and I didn't cheat, then yeah, I'm not taking it back. Like, I'm not.
I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there. It's like real. It's definitely a double standard when it comes to dudes cheating and girls cheating. I'm just gonna be like, yo, it's a double standard. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry if I'm a man. It just seems like it's worse. It seems like it's worse when your girl cheats on you than when.
No, it always seems worse.
A girl says her guy cheats on her.
Because you know why?
It just seems so much worse. I don't know why it seems so much worse.
I'll keep it real.
But it just seems like, fuck, man, that's horrible. Like, if any one of my homeboys ever told me that shit on a one-away, like, yo, I have to talk to you about this shit, man. My girl cheated on me. Like, bro, my heart would drop to my feet.
Facts, but now every dude feels like the baddest man on the planet when they got that woman right. You know what I'm saying? So like, it is what it is, right? You feel like King Kong. You feel like Superman.
That type of shit happens every day.
You feel like, you know what I'm saying, whatever hero you want to say, villain, it don't matter. You just that dude. Scarface with your chest out, but you like 6'8", brolic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you big, like it just don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the feeling that you get. But at the same time, you think another dude could possibly do better than you? Nah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like that's gonna touch different. That's gonna hit different, of course. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when it comes to that, yeah, there is a certain double standard on that too. But it all depends on if I felt like I did numbers. So, like, if I felt like I was doing numbers, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it just all depends. Like, if I felt like I was really doing numbers, I might have to. I may consider, but
I couldn't do it.
But nah, like, for the most part, I don't think I
couldn't do it, and I'm not doing it.
I don't think I've ever dated an ex anyway. So, like, right now, as it stands, I don't go back anyways. So
that type of shit happens in Hollywood all the time, I assume, allegedly. But
Now,
it just doesn't seem like something I can do.
and at the same time, when it comes to relationships, when I actually decide to like dive in or try, like I'll actually try. You know what I'm saying? So like, if it's deaded, you know what I'm saying? It's just dead. It's done. You know what I mean? It's finished, finito, over with. But maybe, all right, if there was a moving situation or something like that, some reason they had to get some like magnificent like $1 million job across the world or whatever like that. All right, yeah, nigga, peace. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas would do that too. Like, you get an offer of 5 M's, 10 M's.
Would you be a house husband?
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna try to be a house husband, but if they say if it's like some space mission shit, nigga, I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not talking about no space mission.
you know
I'm just
what
saying in
Like,
general.
We
Talking about real normal shit.
normal shit. Would I be a house husband?
Do you think you could be a house husband? And I'm not saying would you, but like, do you think you could be?
I would still have to like have some form of a business. You know what I'm saying? Just to make my, just to have my hustle vibe going or something. You know what I'm saying? Like just to hustle in me just has to do something besides just be father of the year. You know what I mean? But I feel like I could do the father of the year and still produce like a Bill Gates like type of business in the garage. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like maybe I guess, you know what I'm saying? But I still would want to be like bringing some bacon home anyways. Even if you're vegan, you know what I'm saying? Bitch, I'm bringing something to the table. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I don't
know. That seems like, it just seems like
I got to bring something.
It's kind of tough. Like, yeah.
I could have sit all the way on the sidelines.
I don't think I could be just like a straight up house husband. It just seems
sitting straight sidelines. Nah,
that's tough.
Like I would wiggle. Like honestly, I would. It's not a competitive thing or nothing like that. But just the person in me would be like, okay, how can I eventually provide it? The whole situation. Oh no, like I wouldn't like even turn. I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it. I'd be that toxic nigga. Be like, yeah, you can't take this promotion. Like this ain't like I'm not raising the kids. Like I'm sorry. That's like
so you can never be Stedman.
Oh man, no.
Because Stedman's making bank though.
I could never be Stedman. And this seems like a very bad stance, but no, I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I don't think it's like naturally in me right now. Like that, even when I was younger, like I don't think I could like actually do that because I just feel like all right. Let's just say this though. If both of y'all are in a financial secure place and it just wouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like both of you I
mean, obviously you could do computer shit at the house, 1,000%.
Yeah, you know
right.
What I mean?
But like, I'm just saying the idea of being a house husband while your wife is making the money
and you're doing nothing.
You're raising the kids.
Besides,
however many. That's it. Like a homemaker.
I couldn't just do that. I mean, especially if there's only like 1 or 2 kids. Like, come on, like I could handle that and still do.
Are you talking about 1 or 2 kids? That's like potentially, if you space your kids out by 2 years, right? Like you're quote unquote supposed to. You're talking about 6 years before they're like in school.
No, for sure.
Like completely
in school. No, I'm saying like, nigga, I'm figuring some form of some method. Do you know what I mean? Like
you're talking about 6 years. That's 6 years, bro.
But straight like not doing nothing.
6 years of being out of the field. You're not in the field anymore. You're out the war.
Yeah, not doing nothing for 6 years.
You're on the sideline.
It's pretty tough. It's real tough. We married?
I don't know if it doesn't matter. I mean, actually, at this point, it really don't matter.
Yeah, you kind of locked in either way.
It don't matter. You got 2 kids and y'all live together.
We still got to raise the kids. So yes, I'm gonna like
y'all got 2 kids and y'all live together.
At the end of the day, like yes, I would raise the kids because I'm a part of it. Whatever has to be done has to be done. it just was. I wouldn't love it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll tell you, I'm gonna love it because they're not gonna ever see that energy. None of that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna throw in an even worse layer. Like you were working, and then she got a big promotion. Mm-hmm. How would you feel if you had to be a house husband, my nigga? Like, yo, that's tough.
Before that happens, I'm on Indeed.com trying to upgrade my position. I'm trying to have meetings with if I'm working under a boss, quote unquote, in a company, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote. If I'm doing that in the regular, just blue collar America, whatever job you want to name, yeah, I'm gonna try to. Even if I have zero leverage, I'm going to at least ask for some type of, even before that, actually, before I would even ask for a raise, I would go on Indeed.com, try to at least, or whatever type of job searching site, go for a higher job with the interview and try to get the job and say, hey, I got an offer on the table, and go to my old job and just keep trying to make more money to see if I can match that. Say, baby, you ain't got to go nowhere if I match that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to move nowhere, baby. I got me a raise, 40K upgraded. You know what I'm saying? Something good. Who knows? But I'm gonna at least shoot that shot first. You know, I got to make a counter offer. It ain't just gonna be just a straight shot. All right, yeah, this is happening. Six down. Like I said, I would do it if I'm already, you know, it's the kids. You got to do what you got to do. You have 1, 2, whatever number you got.
Yeah, you got 2 kids. 2 kids. That's the example we're talking about.
Yeah,
2 kids.
2 kids.
There was a 2 to 3 year period where y'all had 2 kids.
Yeah.
Y'all were both working, and now boom, she went from executive vice president to vice president or COO or CIO or some wild shit. Right?
Yeah.
I actually had a teacher, Mr. Rivera, in high school.
Yeah.
He actually went through this shit, which was kind of funny. His wife was like working for Motorola, and he was my fucking high school teacher. Next thing you know, he was like, yo, my wife took a big job. She got a big job, and she got to move to, like, if not California, it was just somewhere. He was from Fort Lauderdale. Like, he was from Fort Lauderdale his whole life, Puerto Rican cat. And they had to move someplace else because she got like an executive level position, like real deal executive level position. Yeah, if you know anything about Fort Lauderdale and Motorola, there used to be a big ass Motorola compound, not even a building, a whole compound on Sunrise and University. If anybody knows that, just throwing that out there. But yeah, bro, like, could you imagine?
Like, shit, back in the day, that might have been a tough choice, though. I'm not gonna lie. Fort Lauderdale to Cali right now might be an easy choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, easy choice. But
easy.
Back in the day,
super easy. California is lovely.
Back in the day, you might have just had, even though all the VHSs, big movies, big blockbusters, and all that was out, and you had a whole bunch of physical forms, right? Like, this is right around that time. I'm pretty sure, like, it just would have been, it still would have been a tough one because it would have been a lot of unknowns, right? You're like, man, can I find a job out there? You know, because, you know, I'm pretty sure just being a teacher, more times than not. I'm gonna keep it
1,000%. He was hanging on. He was hanging on to a dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because
it was over with.
Florida, a teacher in Florida at that time, man, I think he was maybe making like 50,000, maybe
30.
I give him like 35, 40.
Yeah.
Maybe. His wife was already making like 100,000 plus, right?
And we talking about back then, so that might have been like a.
She was already making $100,000 plus,
like
and then she took an executive level in the company, big bucks.
Oh yeah.
So like at that point, like I said, he was hanging on to a dream, fam. He should have been gave that shit up.
Yeah, it was over with.
Niggas should have started a home business, started crocheting something. Like, give it up. At that point,
he should have just tutored up. Or realistically,
it's not like he was a lawyer and she was an executive and he was making big bank too. Like, he was a teacher. He was a middle school and then a high school teacher.
He really should have tried to just go be a professor somewhere. Like, you know.
Nah, professors got to be doctors and shit now, bro.
Back then, though?
Hell yeah. Damn near every professor I had was a doctor. I'm not lying.
Even in, like, community college type shit?
I would know about community college.
No, I know that. I'm just saying, like, I feel like, you know, somebody got at least get into community college and still get they little teaching things off, but stay your ass home and watch those kids. That's what executive mom gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
damn,
that's gonna hurt my feelings. I mean,
having
it is
the whole
what it is.
having the whole gender role switch is probably it's probably really tough. Like, I'm not gonna front.
Yeah, I'm not from the era where that's from. Honestly, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm just big into at least providing, or at least, you know what I mean. But there is certain scenarios where it's like, all right, well, she's just gonna bank, and it just and today's day and age, women can bank. You know what I'm saying? Like, however y'all think you can or not, but they really can. A lot of
women are making lots of bread.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Lots of bread.
So I look at it like, that money, the money part of it, them making more money is probably going to be on the average across the board almost. And then, you know, you're going to have like few guys really actually making more money than women. Just on average, right? But at least you got to provide. I ain't saying you got to be at the crib being home dad, but yeah, that's a tough one. I don't think I could just be straight up like home dad doing nothing for 6 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying not hanging out with kids.
Nah, you do. You know, you raising kids and making her lunch and cooking dinner.
Hey, they're gonna be little prodigies by the time they 6. Then you know what I mean? They're gonna be in the 8th grade, graduated.
You can't be satisfied doing that. You can't be satisfied raising the kids and cooking their meals.
Pardon me. Come again? Huh?
Nah, I couldn't. I'm just keeping it a beam, bro. Like, that's tough. That's beyond tough.
Nah, I ain't wearing no God blessing apron. Hell no.
She got the do-rag on at night.
Hell nah.
You got the bonnet on. Yo.
Would you want me to shave the chest hairs after too?
Pause. Like, yo.
Shave the chest hairs, guys.
Man, okay, so I mean, Luka's I want to talk about sports right now, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Luka's down 2-0. Right? Mm-hmm. Boston is down 2-1.
What happened that last game anyways? I was
He dropped like damn near 50 again.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, in the 40s. He dropped in the 40s.
Okay.
1,000%.
Was it like a closer game or
It was close in the dying embers.
Oh, okay.
In the dying embers, it was close. But then they blew it open. Like, it was a close game. It was like maybe like 3 points, 2 points, something, 4 points. Bunch of threes. Like, the ending score really doesn't tell the story, because Mavericks were up by like 14 or 15 or maybe even more at one point, and they couldn't close it.
What, in the third or fourth?
Halftime they were up.
So they were up in the half? Okay. I didn't even know that.
They went into halftime up by like 14 or 16.
Okay, I didn't even know that. Yeah, I ended up like missing that, but whose game was it on the Warriors though, like that actually like produced?
They all produced, not gonna lie.
Okay. So it was like a team effort, like Jordan Poole,
Yeah.
Steph, Clay,
Yeah. Fucking Looney had 20-something points and 12 rebounds.
Ah, damn, Looney. Okay. Turning up.
Super.
All right. I wasn't expecting that. And it's Celtics.
Kevon Looney. Like, this really happened.
Nah, that's not bad. I mean, it's looking like it's, One series played 3 games, and then one series played what? Just two.
Two. I think Luka's playing tonight. I mean tomorrow.
Yeah. They should have one more in, and then his flights. Like
Back to back to back.
Yeah, Luka's flight is they're back in Dallas now, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, if Luka wins this game, I'm still back on my bullshit. Dallas versus Celtics.
I mean, honestly, it looks like the Celtics.
And you know Steph's my guy.
No, for sure, but I'm not sure the Celtics might actually make it if Bam decides to actually play aggressive like he's played aggressive the whole time. Like, he actually played every time he touched the ball this game. He looked like he knew what he was doing. Like, he always actually knows what he's doing, but he plays like super passive because he's looking to pass the ball all the time. But realistically, if this man would just be aggressive like he did in the first quarter, he was unstoppable.
He was like 8 or 9 or some shit, right?
Yeah. He was crossing people. Oh, he crossed over Al Horford. Like, realistically,
you think they had to scream at him? What was the conversation like?
I think it might have been Jimmy. It might have been UD. It might have been somebody. But it was just like, I forgot who said that. I think the Celtics have the better big man or whatever like that. And I was just like, wait.
What? The Celtics? You think? I mean, Robert Williams he's kind of a beast.
Yeah, that's cool and all. But
I mean, he's been beasting more than Bam up to this point.
But that should be a slap in the face to Bam because Bam is actually the all-star, right? So,
yeah.
Realistically, Bam should.
I mean, he damn sure wasn't playing like it.
No, he wasn't. It's just because, like, okay, yeah, I get that you're dribbling. You can do dribble handoffs, do nice passes and things like that, which is great. But if you're aggressive, they have to come to you, double you.
What I've been saying about Bam?
Hey,
what have I been saying about Bam?
He did it this game.
He was. You see,
did it this game.
He's not an emotional nigga, bro. Like, you can't. The nigga just be going through the motions sometimes, dog. It's like what do they say? When they're not sure about somebody, we don't know about his motor.
Yeah.
Like, yo, when this man dunks, he don't be doing nothing spectacular. He don't be trying to bump up the crowd. Mm-hmm. He don't be trying to, like, catch a body. Like, none of that shit, bro. And it's like, yo, you got all this athletic ability, bro, and you're just, like, doing rim grazers.
Yeah. He'll do that shit all the time.
I don't get it, man. It's like...
Kind of irks me.
It's like, bro, you don't want a Nike commercial? Like...
No, I mean, Bam is talented. Like,
he's talented, but like, yo, bro, he is non-emotional and he's not aggressive.
Realistically, Bam should be working to try to like make himself at least I mean, by the end of this like whole playoff run or whatever, or if they make the finals, what have you, he should definitely try to just make himself as like the top 5 most talented people that's playing right now. You know what I'm saying?
You think he could be top 5? I think that's a stretch.
Top 5 that's playing right now in the playoffs.
Oh.
He should try to be top 3. You get what I'm saying? If you understand what I mean, like it should.
I understand what you're saying, but that's still
I'm saying like
that's still a stretch.
It's
like
it's listen.
Do you consider Draymond better than Bam?
No, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying he should have the mindset to be. So
you're telling me are you telling me it should be Luka, Steph, Bam?
That's what his mind should be on.
Okay.
He should have that confidence. I'm not saying he's not there yet because he doesn't play with that aggression. What I seen tonight, if he were to just play aggressive like that, yeah.
It's fucked up. Jimmy went out. Kyle came in.
And
tough on the Heat.
And a W happened still with this man actually getting, playing strong. Like Jimmy wasn't doing that much. He was like getting the right rebounds and being, in the right places and stuff like that. But he stat wise, all that other stuff. And I'm not talking about scoring, but like, but he was just in the right places until next thing you know, I didn't see him in the second half. So I guess his knee was swelling up. So
y'all need Jimmy to win.
To close it out, yeah. Like, not even close it out. The actual.
It's 2-2
yeah,
if Jimmy don't play next game.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that. Like Jimmy's definitely a star in this league, man. He's one of the stars in this league. So, as far as like,
he's another non-emotional player.
I don't know that T.J. Warren thing though.
That was T.J. Warren. That was cool, but he really don't. He's not demonstrative. I like demonstrative players for some reason.
I think he does it every so often on the court, but he's more like I think.
You see how Luka be just doing shit and flexing on niggas and scowling and doing all types of shit like that.
Nah, he definitely.
That's the kind of yo.
He definitely does that.
He's saucy.
Luka's cold one. I ain't even gonna lie.
He's saucy. That's a saucy white boy.
Splashing.
Dog, I'm telling you, bro. Americans wish he was an American. Whites wish Luka was American.
Speaking of American, I guess Chet Holmgren is supposed to be like one of the top.
Nah, man. Chet Holmgren is gonna be trash. Let me tell you something.
Adam Morrison.
He's gonna be in between Adam Morrison and Frank the Tank. He's gonna be a weird fusion of those two guys.
No buckets. Damn.
Adam Morrison and Frank the Tank.
That's tough. Oof.
Kaminsky.
Frank the Tank.
Throwing a little Alex Len.
Yo, Alex Len. What happened to him? He's still playing?
Throwing a little Tiago Splitter.
Tiago. Nah, that's funny, dude. Tiago Splitter was like the way Stephen A was playing that dude. I would have to run.
Stephen A got $10 million off of saying Tiago Splitter and asinine and lay off the weed. That's what he got $10 million for, to say that shit.
Real shit.
Tiago Splitter.
Tiago.
Lay off the weed.
Yeah, that man Stephen A stays doing that shit. But nah, he now he's like one of the top paid analysts for sure.
He's definitely one of the. I think he is the top paid sports opinionist.
Oh yeah,
I don't really see too many more people. I don't know if Colin gets paid $10 million. Skip gets paid somewhere like $7 million.
Yeah, I think Colin gets like 10, but Skip is.
I don't know. Colin gets 10. He gets 10?
I think he gets like 10.
That's a lot of money.
Is it?
That's a
for
lot.
Colin? For how many
For
other
what he does?
How many other shows did he put together? Marcellus, Whitlock. Speak for yourself.
How come he don't let? Like I was saying, how come he don't let Whitlock come on as a guest?
I think that's a whole Fox contract, and I think Whitlock probably just probably didn't want to go on.
You would think he would want to get his face on TV. I don't know what the hell Whitlock's doing. He disappeared in the ether.
I mean, I think with Whitlock though, I think he didn't want to like actually be on. Well, that's what. I'll take that back. I ain't gonna say he didn't want to be on there. I just don't think he wants to be on Fox after leaving Fox.
Could be.
Yeah, that's probably the only reason why. That's it. Other than that, like if it's his platform or whatever like that, he's probably like, I could make more off of it, even with a far less like reach or grasp. You know what I'm saying? So like, Fatlock has been doing his thing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's been doing his thing though, like quietly, and I guess through YouTube if you look him up. You know what I mean? But another thing is, I actually read earlier today, dude, is by the end of summer, JP Morgan says gas is gonna be up by like up to $6.
I believe it.
It's crazy.
Niggas ain't gonna be going to work. I know that.
Hell no.
I know that.
Speaking of which, like, have you like, if you were to get a car, get another car, whatever, like, if you had to choose, like, you going electric or you going like motorized right now? If you had to choose.
Oh man. That's a good question. I'll probably go electric or a hybrid.
Yeah,
Have to.
I agree.
If it's going up to $6,
It's getting out of hand. I was thinking about this like a whole year and a half, 2 years ago, even nearly 3. But
like you can't even get a McChicken with gas at $6, bro.
nah, it's wild. I'm not even gonna lie to you. There's a car or two I looked up even before the show. Like, actually, no, there's a car that I seen on the road that I was like, you know what? That's actually not bad.
What, Tesla?
No, it wasn't a Tesla. It was
Polestar? Polestar?
No. BMW has one. It's not the i8, but the i4. It's like more.
They stopped making the i8.
No, yeah, I know. i4. The i4 actually looks pretty dope.
It's a car?
Yeah. BMW i4.
I gotta get another SUV.
No, I mean, obviously, I would definitely do more SUV though. Like, but you know, I'm just saying, like, just in general, if I had to get something electric real quick, I would do that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't too bad if you. Let me show you this shit real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that joint. Yeah.
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 It's not bad looking. You
It's
know what I mean?
alright.
It's not bad. But yeah, like obviously, if they
I hate y'all BMW niggas though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
keep it a bean, man. Listen, when you be on road, when you be on road and you see two niggas with BMWs next to each other, they're always looking at each other, revving their engines and shit. Like, yo, you know. And it just seems to be like some type of sickness that invades every BMW driver. Before they had the BMW, they were all right. They were cool people. They were good people. The minute they got that BMW, next thing you know, they were those BMW dickheads. I don't know what the fuck it is about BMWs, but that seems to happen to everybody I know.
Nah, but what about like the daredeviling, like the daredevil driving, like Ultima drivers or the Hyundai drivers? Yo, what about the Hyundai drivers?
The next worst people are minivan drivers. They do not care about anybody else on the road.
Nah, but
they do not give a fuck.
Nah, facts. But you haven't had like a Hyundai like cut in front of you, like they were actually going to try to speed up and they done absolutely nothing.
I hate people that cut in front of you and don't speed up. They slow down.
Yeah.
They cut in front of you and press on their brakes. I don't get it. I sometimes wonder how they got their license. But back to the minivan drivers, bro. They don't care about life. They gave up on their life already. That's how you know, because they're driving minivans. So they don't give a fuck about your life.
Nah, it's a home husband work.
Them shits are like tanks, bro. Women too. Women don't like driving them shits. The mom mobiles.
Nah, you really can't do much with them joints after, you know what I'm saying?
When a woman gets a minivan, they gave up on their life too. They gave up on their youth.
I mean,
it's a wrap when they get a minivan.
The minivan usually
they're not clubbing no more.
The minivan comes in after like a second or third kid, though. I feel like
they start shopping at Sears.
You know what I'm saying? Like they'll SUV it for one kid, though, for sure. It's like, oh, we need an SUV for one kid. Like, what?
SUVs are cool.
No, but
I'm talking about minivans.
But you get what I'm saying, though. Like that's usually the transitions. Like right now, the new age woman is going to be like, hey, we have one kid. Let's get an SUV. It'll be easier. But after like 2, 3, minivan. That's
horrible. Minivan. Listen, you've given up on life when you suggest and or drive a minivan.
Baby on board sticker.
Oh my, them too. If they have a baby on board sticker, they do not give a fuck.
Yeah, they drive
about
slow
anybody
shit.
Else on. They don't give a fuck about anybody else.
They going slow as shit. I promise you.
I hate them baby on board niggas, man. I can't stand them.